G'day, Adrian the bee farmer here with Ecrotek Beekeeping Supplies, and today we're just doing a short film on extracting honey. So what I have here is a uncapping fork, or a pricking fork some people call it, and it's simply used to scrape the cappings off to expose the honey so we can extract it in the extractor. We've also got a nice little 3-frame extractor here, a mesh basket filter which fits over the bucket, and of course a bucket with a honey gate on the bottom. I've also got myself just a bucket of water to wash my hands and some disposable gloves for food hygiene and handling. So this is honey we've taken off hives earlier on. We're just going to scrape all that burr off the top nice and clean. Pull that frame out there. I like to wear disposable gloves because it is a food product and it should be handled with respect and care. People are going to eat it, so all we do is remove the top cover, and as you can see this is all capped honey through here, and the way the cells are angled, the cells actually angle like this. So when you put your frame in, you want to put it so the leading edge is always, the bottom edge is always leading, and that will cause the honey to flow out evenly out of the frame. So using this uncapping fork, I'm just going to softly give it a scrape just to expose the honey underneath the cappings. It's as fast and simple as that. All different directions, nice light pressure. Flip that over that way. Frame's in there ready to go. After that frame's in there, we'll just put that on there while we get the next frame out to stop any bees or flies or anything getting into the honey. Pull our next frame. This frame's lovely, completely capped off. By using an uncapping fork, you're doing minimal damage to the combs, so it's much easier for the bees to re-establish and rebuild this frame. And it's a very handy size extractor for the hobbyist beekeeper. Just clean off any honey as I go, just so that we don't attract any bees over here. It's as simple as that. Okay, so now we've finished spinning the honey out and we've flipped our frames and we've done both sides. So now we're going to take our strainer and our bucket, and the most important thing to do is to make sure that this tap is tight and closed. We're going to open the tap here, lift this up here, and as you can see the honey's coming out. It will go through that filter, work its way down into the bucket, and this first screen here is what's going to catch all our wax and cappings, and the screen underneath is a finer screen which will catch any of the finer stuff. So this honey here has not been heated, tampered with or any way. It's just a very pure honey straight out of the frames, through the strainer, into this bucket, and our next process will be tapping it off into jars. Okay, so we've finished spinning the honey out. It's gone through our strainer into our Ecrotek bucket with our honey gate, tap, if you'd like to call it, the bottom. So now the final part is just to fill our jars for breakfast tomorrow. So this is natural raw honey, unpasteurized, so it hasn't had any heat treatment. It's just been filtered through a coarse filter, not a fine filter. So it's still going to have antibacterial properties and microbes, fructose and glucose sugars, and it will candy after a while. If it does candy, you can just put the honey in a sink with some warm water or out in the sun and let it warm up with the lid on, of course, so your bees don't come and rob it. And that's about it. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe.